On item D, I need a motion and a second for the Board of School Directors to use their lawful authority as local government of this local taxing agency known as the LASD to fund the protection of students through local transportation services for all students of the district that seeks transportation to the school of choice. Motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second, Rusty.
I have a motion by Mr. Bradley and a second by Mr. Welch. Discussion?
So what he's saying, if a student chooses to go to Scranton or Penargil, we would provide transportation. That's the way it reads to me.
Good for you, Wayne. You should take some reading comprehension. It's within the LASD district with our full lawful authority. We wouldn't have the authority to do that unless, now bear with me, Wayne, see this through, that we have a responsibility under transportation law that we have to transport them somewhere. And normally outside of a certain region, they have other rules. We'd have to check that for you on Scranton. But I do believe that we have the responsibility not only to pay for IEPs, but they would be lawful. This is also lawful authority. So if we don't have the lawful authority to do it, we wouldn't have to do that. That would be kind of ridiculous, Wayne, kind of asinine. But I like your reading of it. Yeah, it's
so
one of the reasons we want you to resign, Wayne.
Cover state mandated transportation.
No, sir. No, sir. Mandated transportation would be what you did before you cut the budget and removed the safety of students, the 70 times safer, and non-mandated was this idea of letting walkers from 1.5 miles go. I want all the students within the community to have the ability to have access to the transportation, just like we did last year under the new guidelines of COVID, and use the full authority as a local government, right? A local taxing agency without raising taxes to fund the protection of students of local transportation by really digging into the expenses, removing the corruption and waste. And if we did the things that we would have censured you for and censored the other 5 for, these funds are readily available. You're taking in $40-some million. You have the same number of students and you have a consolidated school. We should be able to meet this requirement without much effort at all. I don't know why this board allowed this administration to make that decision, but it's unheard of. And I think it's a major mistake. So to be clear, your reading was erroneous and Wayne's reading was asinine. Okay, next, please. And if you'd like, I could sit down with anyone in the district administration and Leon George and solve this problem within a couple hours. I'd also like to remind this entire board that 60+ cents on the dollar of every dollar consumed is reimbursed by state tax funds that we pay, I agree, but the state gives us back. So if we spend it, we only have to find like 30-some cents on the dollar to make this happen. And the fact that this board has been blocked from doing that, all I can think of is that poor kid getting his head with the yo-yo, man. And the amount of bullying you guys have and the amount of lack of respect to these parents that are trying to go to work. They're trying to maintain their homes. They're trying to pay the taxes to us, right? In a very difficult situation. And you give them no chance to help. You didn't push the tax due date until you didn't change the discount rate, nothing. And then you took away busing and, granted, it was nice that the administration.
Do we have a motion and a second for?
We have it. No, hold on. I was going to say it's granted that it was very nice of the administration to give up
Mr. Stern?
a tax. Hold on, sir. It was very nice of the. I'm giving you a compliment. It was very nice of the administration to give up.
Mr. Stern, I'm asking for clarification where we are with this meeting.
No, I'm talking.
There's a motion and a second. Mr. Bradley is presenting his case, I guess.
Thank you. And yes, I did press the mute so I can find out for correction because I'm looking to make sure that I'm following correctly as it's very difficult.
So stop muting me. But anyway, so the administration did a great job of abdicating or pushing forward their pay raises so that we could have sports. I don't think there's a value to having all these teachers in a building if we don't have students in the building. And I think that's the important part of this. I think we as a community should get these kids to school safely so that our wonderful, great teachers can provide the education that they need in a safe environment.
Any further comment? Roll call vote, Mr. Wagner.
Sure. Mr. Stephen Holland?
My vote is no. I'm gonna say, until we have more monies for everyone, my answer still will be no. Thank you.
Ms. Gail Mahalik?
Yes.
Mrs. Rita Spinelli?
No.
Mr. Wayne Wentz?
No.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Ms. Joy Beers?
Yes. We have the money if we want it.
Mr. Richard Belts?
Yes.
Mr. David Bradley?
Yes, not only do we have a tax raise and all that money we need, we have extra.
Mr. Nathan Fuller?
No.
Mr. Larry Stern?
No, and, Mr. Bradley states there's money, but we can't furlough people, we can't slash their benefits, we can't cut their salaries. It's contractual obligations, thank you.
So it's 4 yes, 5 no, motion denied.